This is the Ford Escort, a long-running favorite of American car buyers. Its sister car is the Mercury Tracer.
There's more dashboard movement than we'd like to see.
The right knee has hit the dashboard, and once again, the safety space at the driver's feet has been driven back.
And there was an indication of a significant injury to the right leg of the dummy in this car.
Significant meaning what?
A fracture, possibly even a multiple fracture of the leg.
But O'Neill finds some good news in this crash that's a lesson for other companies.
Virtually no movement of the steering column in the crash at all. That meant that the dummy movement was very well controlled by the airbag and the seatbelt system.
Good upper body protection. But because of the leg injuries, the Institute doesn't give the Ford Escort its highest rating either, but still calls it acceptable. The Institute gives 3 other cars, the Hyundai Elantra, Mazda Protege, and Nissan Sentra, the same acceptable rating. In fact, none of the small cars you've seen has gotten a good rating. Watch what happens to another big seller, the Neon, sold by Dodge and Plymouth.
In this crash, there's major movement backwards, you can see from all of this buckling. So
the steering column has moved the most of any small car so far.
But you see the combination of the collapsing structure, steering column movement, is just not controlling the position of that dummy, so the injury potential is significant.
But it turns out there's a technical problem with the dummy's leg. So the Institute decides the Neon has to be tested again.
3, 2, 1.
If you ever wondered if these cars would perform the same way in a second test, just watch the films. Test 1 on top, test 2 below.
The repeatability of the deformation, despite collapsing and buckling and bending of structure, is very amazing.
The structural damage is almost identical the second time around.
I think this one is going to be very similar.
And the second test shows 2 broken legs. So the Institute rates the Neon poor.
That's the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety's front crash of the Chevrolet Cavalier. The passenger compartment is compromised on impact, and the dummy's movement is not well controlled. The small car earns an overall poor rating in this test. In the closer shot, you can see that the dummy rotates around the airbag and hits the windowsill. The force is enough to actually leave a dent.
Automakers like to one-up each other in ads on who builds the toughest large pickup trucks. So the Institute decided to take a look at the safety of this vehicle class. We conducted tests to evaluate the protection to occupants in rear impact, rollover, side, and frontal crashes. So the results are a mixed bag. The Ford F-150 is the only vehicle to receive a good rating in the small overlap test, and furthermore, it's the only one to receive a top safety pick award. 3 of the other trucks received acceptable ratings, and 5 of the trucks only received a marginal rating.